Fighting appears to have resumed in the disputed Nagorno-Karabakh region just hours after Armenia and Azerbaijan agreed to a ceasefire. The Russian-brokered deal was scheduled to start today, but both sides are already accusing each other of breaking the truce. The Moscow talks were the first diplomatic contact between the two countries since fighting began nearly 2 weeks ago. Nagorno-Karabakh is internationally recognized as part of Azerbaijan, but it's governed by ethnic Armenians. Poland is also getting international attention right now for all the wrong reasons. This year, at least 100 communities have declared themselves LGBT-free zones. Dozens of countries, including Canada, have condemned the action. Now, at least one Canadian organization that helps LGBT people escape persecution and violence is expecting people to flee Poland. Mike Drolet explains.
With every wave of the rainbow flag, Poland's LGBT community fans the flames of those who hate them. Groups of right-wing nationalists like these just don't want to see it anymore.
According to our faith, according to our traditions, and according to nature, it's a nature to be LGBT.
It's an ideology that's spreading. Town councils in over a third of the country have passed resolutions declaring themselves anti-LGBT zones. They're unenforceable because it's not illegal to be gay, but LGBT activists are afraid of what might happen next.
LGBT people cannot count on Polish government because they targeted us and show us to the people as a public enemy.
The European Union has tried to put pressure on the Polish government to step in, but Polish President Andrzej Duda doesn't appear to be listening. He wants to ban schools from teaching anything about LGBT issues, and he compared the movement to communism, an emotional trigger for many in Poland.
The basic idea is that somehow LGBT people represent a threat to a kind of traditional values or particular forms of the family, and in the way in which Polish nationalism presents itself these days, it's seen as a kind of threat to the nation.
The idea of a threat is what's fueled the growth of right-wing nationalism in Europe. Extreme right-wing parties are either active and growing, already winning seats in parliament, or running governments outright. Gay rights in Poland are considered among the weakest in Europe. While same-sex relationships are legal, there are no protections for hate crimes or hate speech. And the Rainbow Railroad, which helps LGBT people escape persecution and violence, is expecting a spike in requests to help leave the country.
That's when they usually come to us for help, when essentially folks are criminalized within their towns and local communities and cannot rely on any sort of protection from the state.
Given the presence of the remains of Nazi concentration camps in the country, many observers are surprised the Polish government is enabling those who are so willing to persecute a minority group. Mike Drolet, Global News.